It's a beautiful night for high school football here in Wapakoneta. Well, strike up the band. It's another victory for the Wapakoneta Redskins as they extend their record to 4-0. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to a beautiful night for high school football. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law. It's week number 5 of high school football. Week number 4 of WBL, and it's the Wapakoneta Redskins 4-0 and the St. Mary's Rough Riders 2-2. Before we take a quick break here, your quick thoughts
it's
on tonight's game.
It's our backyard rival, so it can't get any better than that. It's homecoming, and it's going to be a great atmosphere. The weather's perfect, so I'm looking for an exciting game tonight.
And we're going to feature most of the, or if not all of the pregame homecoming festivities at halftime tonight. We'll be back with the start of tonight's action right after this. You're watching high school football on TSC.
Welcome to the Gigahood IQ app, your home's guardian in the digital realm, featuring Protect IQ. Protect IQ sweeps away viruses, malware, and online threats for your entire home, so you can focus on what truly matters: family. Shield your home with cutting-edge technology, ensuring every device is safe. No more digital dangers, just seamless, worry-free connectivity. Experience peace of mind with Protect IQ, included in the Gigahood IQ app. Download the free Gigahood IQ app and secure your home with Protect IQ today.
Mike Feaster is a proud graduate of Wapakoneta High School and takes that same pride into his work as owner of Feaster Residential Inspectors. They provide detailed home and commercial inspections, and Mike works with you to know the condition before you purchase that home or business. Whether you're buying or selling a home or business, you can count on Mike and his team of professional inspectors to give you all the information you need to know. Call 419-371-8468 or visit us at feasterinspectors.com.
Lee's new crispy golden fried spicy wings come in packs of 6, 12, or 20. That means they're perfect for solo snacking or feasting with family and friends. Sorry, not sorry to your old favorite wing spot. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
Friday Night Football, everyone's favorite time of the season. The energy, the band, it all ties together perfectly. You deserve the same from your real estate transaction. Located in downtown Wapak and operating all throughout Northwest Ohio since 2012, Merritt Real Estate is here to provide you with exceptional service and commitment to ensure you get the most out of your real estate experience. From Friday night lights to Friday morning coffees on the porch, Merritt is with you because in Wapak, community comes first. Get more with Merritt, your home team in real estate.
Founded in 1914, Minster Bank has never lost its focus that separates us from every other bank, and that is helping people achieve financial success. At Minster Bank, we take pride in knowing our customers personally. You can expect a relationship with someone who understands your unique needs and can provide the solutions to help. We're Minster Bank, helping you achieve financial success. Minster Bank, minsterbank.com, member FDIC.
Alan Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Alan is a business owner and an active farmer and Farmers Insurance President's Council Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. Trust Alan Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection with offices in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. For more information, check us out on the web at alandavisinsurance.com.
Welcome back to tonight's high school football action between the Wapakoneta Redskins and the St. Mary's Rough Riders. Week number 5 of high school football here on TSC. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law. St. Mary's coming into this game 2-2, but it's I don't know if you want to call it the same old, but it's the same offense, different year, right?
Yeah, you started off with an 0-2 start, and then the last 2 weeks the offense kind of got it running. They scored 42 points against Salina and 41 points against Defiance last week, so I think the running game has picked up for them. I think they're leading the WBL in rushing. They got the number 1 scorer in the WBL, as in Schmidt, their fullback. So again, it's the same old as far as for St. Mary's goes. They're going to rush the football and they're going to pound it at you.
We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's contest, as always, TSC, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Merit Real Estate, Minster Bank, Alan Davis Insurance Agency, which, by the way, had a real nice presentation to the schools prior to tonight's contest. Also, Elevation Chiropractic, Miller's Corral, Home Savings Bank, GA Windsor, State Farm Insurance, Auglaze Audiology, Dye Real Estate and Land Company, Pashita Creek Steaks, Dad's Toy Shop, Miller Brothers Tire, Ely Funeral Home, and Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspectors. Wapakoneta will kick off, and St. Mary's will receive. Who do we got back there
Yeah,
tonight?
we got Fink and Moore back there for St. Mary's. Fink had a nice touchdown run last week on a kickoff return against Defiance, so St. Mary's going to set up a wall return here and just try to, get as much as they can. But he had a nice long run last week in their game against Defiance.
Statistically, too, they've done a good job on defense, so we'll see what they come out with offensively. I think it's going to be a little bit on the predictable side, but don't hold me to it. It's homecoming here in Wapakoneta, and it's week number 5, halfway through the season as we start tonight's contest. That end-over-end kick taken inside the 5-yard line, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. There's flags all over the place. And that was number 4, Trey Moore, on the return. And that looks like that might be against St. Mary's. Not a good way to start the contest here, Marcus.
Yeah, this will help, obviously, the Redskins if we can move them back to like the 10-yard line, 15-yard line to start off their drive. We'll see what the actual call is here. Might have been like a block in the back or a holding.
It looked like the indication was from up here that it was a block in the back. Let's see what they call, but it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to start the drive around the 12-yard line.
Not a good way to start the game, but we know their ground and pound offense for years has been able to traverse a longer stretch of football field than what they have right here. All right, 1st and 10 from the 12. There's the counter, and that handoff over left tackle. The ball carrier is Luke Rammel.
Yeah, and Braylon Walter was in on the tackle. This will be something kind of new for Walpock this year. As far as this week, you'll see a lot of 4-man front. They've been in a nickel a lot this year with 5 defensive backs. So this week, they'll have 4 down linemen, 3 backers, and just 4 defensive backs.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. That quick hitter not going anywhere. Walpock is right there to stop it. The ball carrier number 38, Caleb Schmidt.
Yeah, Mason Ludwig, like I said, who hasn't got a whole lot of playing time this year with a nickel defense. He's out there now filling that up. That was an inside trap play by St. Mary's, and he did a nice job of stuffing that.
A couple of seniors in Rammel and Schmidt in the backfield, and that always bodes well when you're looking for consistency out of your offense. Maybe a gain of 1. We'll call it third and a long 9. From the 13-yard line. It'd be a nice stop here for Wapak. There's that sweep around right end. And that's number 11, Dylan Fink.
Yeah, Caden Page did a nice job coming up from a safety position, just making him run east and west and not north and south, and short gain, and St. Mary's has to come out and punt. Triplett's one of the better punters and kickers in the league, so he's like, I think, the second leading punter in the league right now. So.
Well, joining us now, my son, graduate of Wapakoneta High School, Brendan Wilson. Brendan, thanks for joining us.
I had to sprint to make it here on time. I guess I'm still a little bit late, but excited.
Well, Wapak's going to get the ball in good field position, but there's another flag on the opposite side of the field, or is that just a marker over there?
I think it's just a marker, yeah, of where he caught it at.
And that was Caden Page on the return. Not a very good kick by St. Mary's, so Wapak, you know what they've done with good field position all year long. They've done an outstanding job.
Yeah, I think they need to try to get on the board early here and put St. Mary's in a hole and make them play from behind, because as a running football team, that's kind of tough to run sometimes when you're behind in the score.
They got some good field position to start off with here, so see if they can make something happen with it.
From the St. Mary's 37-yard line. There's a handoff, Mullen. Mullen trying to turn the corner, following his blockers up inside the 30, and then wrestled out of bounds near the first down marker. Mullen's getting up really gingerly. Let's hope it's only a cramp.
Again, they're trying to get him out on the edge, out in space where he can use his speed and quickness, and again, just a nice run out there, 9 yards on first down.
Yeah, Andre Longsworth out there kind of leading the way for him.
Yeah, and if this St. Mary's defense is anything like they've been traditionally, you're going to want to attack the edge. It's going to be hard to run in between the tackles. They really have a strong defensive line, and defense is something that both teams definitely pride themselves on in this rivalry.
Yeah, I was telling Dan before the game, if you look at like the stats from the league as far as defensively, St. Mary's defensively, I think, is in the bottom part of the league as far as the defensive stats go. Yeah, their offense is up there and rushing and whatnot, but defensively, especially their secondary, they gave up a lot of points, against Bath and Galleon, and even last week, they did get a shutout, but, they were playing Defiance, and Defiance had a couple big, drives, but just didn't get any points on the board. So
Mullen did get the first down, but he is taking his helmet off and walking to the sidelines. Let's keep an eye on him for the rest of the game. It's 1st and 10 for the Redskins from the St. Mary's 27-yard line. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Moyer. And he's going to step up and run the ball. What a nice block to Kiem, to the 10, to the 5, get in the end zone.
I think they're going to mark him down at the 1.
Oh my, what a nice run by Caleb Moyer. What a nice block to spring him. That was number 53, Ethan Becker.
Yep.
Wow. Becker just threw a nice ceiling block on that defensive end.
Yeah, this is a great setup. They were spreading out St. Mary's, keeping them out of the box, and that's a great way to attack this defense.
1st and goal for the Redskins. That's Andre Longsworth in the backfield. With him, number 22, Gage Vaughn. And it's a quarterback keeper, and it looks as though Longsworth tried to push him in, and they're going to say he's still short of the touchdown.
Yeah, it looks like they tried the Philadelphia tush push there, but St. Mary's front 4 there keeping him out.
That was like a shoulder push is what that was.
Well, St. Mary's shown that they still got a little bit of grit and fight here, and they're going to try and win this battle in the trenches.
Yeah, they got a pretty good size defensive line right there, too. And as we said prior to the game, they have statistically, I think it was the number 2 defense in the league, right?
Defensively, St. Mary's?
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, second and goal from the 1. Here's Moyer. Moyer looking to pick his hole and just dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
That was a smart move, picking apart, finding a hole, being patient, and finding a nice soft spot to attack.
So Wapak draws first blood on the great field position. The defense held. They got a poor punt from St. Mary's. They started at the 37-yard line, but in the process, we lost Jared Mullins, so hopefully we can get him back here or find out what's happening. Here's Elliott, perfect for the year in extra points, and he remains perfect for the year. So with 8:14 remaining in the first quarter, Wapak takes the early lead 7-0 against their Auglaize County rivals, St. Mary's. We'll take a timeout. You're watching high school football here on TSC.
Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs.
Bushita Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Bushita Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushitaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushitaCreekSteaks.com.
Tired of searching for the right tire? Then you'll be glad you found Miller Brothers Tire Service. If it's round, rubber, and rolls, we've got it. Lawn and garden, agricultural and industrial, and everything in between. Miller Brothers is your one-stop super shop for everything tires and wheels. We offer the best service around, and we're family-owned and operated. And you know what? We're still going to be here tomorrow because we're on our second generation, and we've been here for 70 years. Give us a call or visit us online at MillerBrosTire.com for all your tire and wheel needs. At Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Our goal is to provide our client families with celebrations of their loved one's life and the time they share. We give every family in our community unique opportunities to learn, share, and remember. For more information, visit us at EelyFuneralHomeAndCrematory.com.
Good to see you, Coach.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Brendan Wilson and Mark Law. And that's right, Mark, Coach Brendan.
Yeah, it's been several years ago. Yeah.
Once a coach, always a coach.
That's true. That is true.
Isn't that the truth? I saw Minning in the other press box, and I said the same thing. I said, you don't mind me still calling you Coach.
Back for St. Mary's, going to have Moore and Fink back again. Looks like it's going to go to Moore, about the 5-yard line.
He's over the 10 to the 15, up to the 20, looking for a hole, and he found it up near the 40-yard line before he's wrestled down by number 7, Matthew Klein.
Yeah, they do a nice job on their returns.
We got 24 down. That's Andre Longsworth.
Longsworth is down. Where did you see?
He's laying town back there. He took a quite the shot.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding his shoulder maybe.
Yeah.
And again, that with that situation, is a two-way player, so you're not talking about one player, you're talking about two here.
Well, that's Moyer and Longsworth. That's the key to our backfield. Mullen, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mullen and Longsworth.
I see Jarrett back out on the field right now, though, so I think he's going to be okay.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. Looks like he's out there with the defense.
I think Andre's going to sit a couple plays out here at least, the way he's holding his shoulder down there. And, like we said, he lowered his shoulder to try and attack the wedge that St. Mary's had on that punt, or the kickoff, sorry. And, he did a great job attacking it, but, that's sometimes the sacrifice you make with your body trying to break up a group of blockers.
Taking a look at Wapak's schedule, of course, tonight is homecoming. We're on the road next week to Van Wert, on the road again to Shawnee, a good Shawnee team, Marcus, also undefeated in WBL action. They're 3-1.
Yeah, and they have
overall.
Defiance tonight. So I think if they get by Defiance, they'll be rolling next week against them, and it's going to be interesting.
Speaking of good defenses, Shawnee's got one of the best rush defenses in the WBL right now, only giving up 229 yards.
Wow.
So Wapak's going to have to find a way to have a good balanced attack next week. Maybe
Well, next week is Van Wert. The week after is Shawnee.
After.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
And then we're back home on October 10th against Kenton. That'll be senior night, so mark your calendars for that. And then October 17th, our final home game against Elida. That's band senior night. And then on the road to Bats. So there's a couple of games here we have to be careful about as far as Shawnee and Bath, but we can't look past Van Wert. I mean, Van Wert always comes to play with us. Yeah? Right?
Yeah, you don't want to ever just assume that you got it, no matter who you're playing.
And being on the road next week, that makes a difference.
And Andre getting up and walking himself off the field here, that's always a promising sign.
He is pointing to his shoulder.
Sometimes you just hit people so hard you get a stinger and your arm goes numb. It's kind of hard to tell.
You would know.
I've done that more than
played linebacker. I was on the receiving end of most of those hard hits. 8:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Wapak up 7-0. St. Mary's with their second possession of the game, but better field position than the last. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Here's that quick hitter.
Looked like Mason Ludwig there, number 54 on the defensive line, collapsing the gap and making the play.
Yeah, them sitting in that forward this week, they bring that extra big lineman in there. So they put Buell down as the other tackle, and you're playing Tate Niekamp at that end this week.
Caleb Schmidt with a gain of about 3 on the play. This hurry-up offense. Wapak, or St. Mary's, is back at it. And here's that end around, that sweep that they always run so well. Dylan Fink, the ball carrier.
Knocked out of bounds there by number 20, the senior defensive back, Ryan Richardson.
Yeah, I was just talking about Tate Niekamp, and they got the edge on him there. And once they sealed the edge, he was able to get up the field.
1st and 10 for St. Mary's from their 40, or from the Wapak 46-yard line. Again, that dive play, number 38 is Schmidt.
Caleb Schmidt on the carry.
And number 55 there making the stop, Darren Hauser. You're going to see Hauser and Ludwig making a bunch of plays on the inside today.
Gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. And there's whistles on the play, and it looks like St. Mary's is going to take a timeout. So we'll take a timeout. With the score, the Wapakoneta Redskins 7, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 0. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
Thank you very much.
G.A. Windsor & Son Company, family owned and the original recycler since 1848. We're proud to be headquartered in Wapakoneta, and our commitment to the community has never changed. We celebrate the hard work of our employees and provide our customers with the best service available in our industry, all while being environmentally conscious. We are proud of our city and proud of our workers. We are G.A. Windsor & Son. Visit us on the web at gawindsor.com.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
This is Jimmy from Jimmy Sager State Farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Stop in our office at 201 East Auglaize Street or call 419-738-7506 or check us out on the web at jimmysager.com for your free, no obligation quote.
Are you having trouble making a decision about where to go for your hearing care? Well, let us help you cut through the noise. Hear what our patients have to say about us here at Auglaize and Sydney Audiology.
Auglaize Audiology has always been a wonderful experience. I have taken both of my little ones there for their preschool examinations, and my kids just love them.
Vanessa is such a calm and interesting audiologist who explains everything so thoroughly.
Don't trust your hearing care to just anyone. See the professionals at Auglaize and Sydney Audiology.
When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. we see profits, we see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com.
Welcome back. 2nd and 7 from the Wapakoneta 43, 7:10 remaining in the first quarter. As you can see on the scoreboard, Walpock up 7-0. Out comes St. Mary's. Full house backfield as always.
Sweep left. Nope. Right up the middle.
That dive to Schmidt once again, and Schmidt trying to get loose. And a host of Redskins kind of turn him around, but not after he gets a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, linebacker there, Gage Vaughn, and Wyatt Bull filling in the hole right there. Nice job.
I think St. Mary's is just trying to prove a point here that they can run in between the tackles. They can move the line of scrimmage, and that's what they need going deep into the game.
Yeah, because I guarantee any 4th down situation that's 3 yards or less, they're going.
Minor ding under center. And again, they're going to sweep left. He's got a nice block on the left end. And a nice run upfield is Rammel. And Rammel has the first down and then some.
Yeah, they got a block out here on the cornerback on Braden Bowersock, which gave him the edge. And once they got a block on him, yeah, he was off down the sideline.
Yeah, and they're playing that short end of the field, with that outside man playing kind of close to the inside. You can't let them get outside of you there.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 from the Wapak 21. And again, it's Schmidt bouncing his way. And, one of the things that I enjoy about the senior running backs is that they know how to run the ball. They know to keep the feet moving. They know how to spin away from tackles. That experience pays off when you have seniors in the backfield like this in a running game like what St. Mary's has.
Yeah, anything you can stay on your feet and fall forward, all those extra yards count.
Gain of 2, it'll bring up 2nd and 8, and that was a hard 2 yards to get. Under 6 minutes remaining here in the quarter. One of the things we always notice when we play St. Mary's, the first half usually goes pretty fast.
Yeah, they bring another defensive lineman in. Noah Baker just came in off at nose, so they're going down with a 5-man front there now.
That's Dylan Fink, the ball carrier. Nothing was open over right tackle, so he tried to cut it back inside, and nothing doing there. Maybe a gain of 1.
Host of Redskins bringing him down with number 55, Mason Ludwig, again leading the charge there.
Tackled by Hauser.
3rd and a long 6. Boy, Hauser's had a great year. I mean, he really
he's playing downhill pretty fast. I mean, he sees it and he's coming.
Whoa, 2 wide receiver set for St. Mary's here. Minor ding under center. And again, that quick hitter breaking tackles inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for St. Mary's. What happened there?
They spread him out with the formation and then just run inside trap. And next thing you know, he's on our safety, Caden, 10, 12 yards down the field.
Caden saving the touchdown there.
Wow, those were some awesome blocks. And a nice hard run by Schmidt. Now St. Mary's is threatening 1st and goal from the 3. Minor ding under center, quarterback keeper, and they're going to push them into the end zone. It looks like they're going to get the touchdown, and they do.
Yeah, they go with that full T backfield, and they just all 3 of them push the quarterback across.
It's going to be a battle in the trenches all night long with these 2 teams.
Minor ding with a 3-yard TD run and a 60-yard drive for St. Mary's. Bradley Triplett to kick, and then St. Mary's is going to call timeout.
I think Triplett's also perfect for the year as far as PATs and field goals goes. I think him and Niekamp are kind of leading the league.
Well, we'll keep it right here, but Did you see anything odd? Why did they call a timeout right there?
I did not see anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if St. Mary's wants to be aggressive here and maybe go for 2. Or they probably didn't have the right personnel on the field if they're just going to go ahead and kick it, and they want to make sure that this is an important extra point for them. Every little point is going to matter here. Any missed extra point is going to be the difference in the game.
While driving without a hands-free device is never a smart idea. Behind the wheel, keep the
So let's see how they set things up here. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna kick it. So still don't understand that timeout.
They probably just had some missing personnel on the field. And whoever wasn't in the huddle on that is definitely going to get an earful when they get back.
Triplet to attempt the extra point. Place is down and the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 4:38 remaining here in the first quarter, St. Mary's answers the call on a 60-yard drive and a minor ding 3-yard touchdown run. We're knotted at 7. We'll be back after this timeout. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
At Elevation Chiropractic, our mission is to elevate your health and lifestyle, providing you the best customer service possible and making everyone who comes through our door feel welcomed and valued. Dr. Mike Noggle and his team recognize each patient is unique and tailor care plans to meet their needs. By having multiple techniques and therapies, it allows us to get results patients need and desire. We invite you to join the family at Elevation Chiropractic and experience the benefits of consistent chiropractic care. We understand that healing takes time, and we're committed to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to schedule an appointment and begin your journey towards elevated health and well-being. Elevation Chiropractic in Wapakoneta. Call 419-738-4373 or visit us at elevationchiroohio.com. Let me tell you about my friends at Miller's Corral, a family-owned discount appliance and furniture store right here in Wapakoneta. Miller's Corral has served customers in Wapakoneta and the surrounding area since 1981, and I can tell you firsthand, they beat the big box stores. Low prices on quality products and top-notch customer service. They're all about service, delivery, installation, and repair. Miller's Corral is an authorized dealer of such brands as Amana, FlexSteel, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Take my word for it, they are the best. For complete sales and service, visit my friends at Miller's Corral in the Grandview Plaza, Wapakoneta. Personal service. That's Home Savings Bank. Locally owned and operated, Home Savings Bank takes pride in being part of the Wapakoneta community since 1941. Home Savings Bank continues to offer more services like online bill pay, ID Theft Smart, a mobile banking app, home mortgage and equity loans, construction loans, lines of credit, savings accounts, IRAs, and more. All with friendliness, integrity, and the personal service you deserve. Home Savings Bank in downtown Wapakoneta.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson for week number 5 of high school football. It's the Wapakoneta Redskins against their All-Glaze County rival, the St. Mary's Rough Riders. We're knotted at 7. Wapak coming into the game 4-0. St. Mary's 2-2. And who's back to receive for Wapak? That's
Page and Bishop's back there, but I have not seen Triplet get too many returns against him this year.
I haven't seen a kick like that since Beach from 2 years ago at any level on any team. That was a nice kickoff.
Yeah, it definitely helps your team out when the opposing team's starting from the 20 every time.
It's a long field.
Yes.
Well, Wapak took their first possession, 37 yards, and scored a touchdown. Now they're back to more realistic field position. They'll start at their own 20. Want to thank our sponsors once again, our friends at the Sheeta Creek Steaks, Dad's Toy Shop, Miller Brothers Tire, and Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspectors.
I graduated Mr. Feaster.
You know Mike? Yeah.
I do know Mike very well.
Mike's a great guy.
Very well.
Yeah. He wanted to get on the broadcast. He apologized for missing the first 4 games, but Mullen in motion to the right. Moyer looks, tries to get it to Mullen, and His counterpart, number 0, Zach Myers, came over his back, and there's no flag.
No, that was clean defense, and that was well played by Zach Myers, the senior defensive back there. He's doing a good job reading the plays and being where he's supposed to be so far.
Mullins limping again there, Mark.
Yeah, it's not looking good. He come off and
he's a little frustrated.
So it's going to mean Gage Vaughn's going to come in the game and come in at running back for him.
Vaughn is in the game. Motion to the right is Caden Page. He'll take the toss sweep, trying to shake one St. Mary's defender, and gets hit hard before he gets to the 20-yard line.
Logan Childs making the defensive play there, making sure he didn't get any extra yards after that spin.
John Young also come up from a safety position. Nice job there as well.
Boy, St. Mary's doesn't look like a 2-2 team.
Well,
they're hitting hard.
They're going to come with everything they got. You know, this is an intense local rivalry, and no matter what, these teams are going to give everything they got on every play. I wouldn't be surprised you see some extracurriculars going on at any point in the game.
All right, trips out to the left, one out to the right. That looks like Richardson out to the right. Moyer in the shotgun, takes the time, looks, throws, caught. And no, it's not Ryan Richardson. It's your boy, Caleb Adams, the junior.
Had like 3 catches last week and a big catch here for first down for him, about 8-yard catch.
Dylan Fink on the defensive end there making the play. And I think they're going to try and find the weak spots here in the secondary if they're going to have trouble running the rest of this game. You got to try and spread that team out, get them out of the box so you can attack the inside.
2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Moyer again takes the snap, looks, throws across the middle, and it's caught. It's Noah Bishop on the receiving end into St. Mary's territory.
Yeah, he was out in space and made one defender miss for St. Mary's, and next thing you know, he was taking it down the field.
Boy, Noah showing his jets there.
Logan Childs there on the missed tackle, and they're playing a soft zone. St. Mary's is trying to make sure that Wapak has to find the soft spots there. So we'll see if they can continue to do that.
And Moyer just put it right on him. It's Adams, Bishop, and Richardson out to the left. They set up the screen to Richardson, looking for a few blocks. He cuts back to the inside, and that'll be a gain of about 7 on the play.
Yeah, they're defensively, like Brandon said, they're in that soft zone. We're just playing pitch and catch with our athletes out there and trying to make some moves out there in space.
Bring up 2nd and 3 from the St. Mary's 22. Again, that familiar trips out to the left. We also have number 22, Gage Vaughn, out to the right.
Maybe a run
Empty
here?
backfield. Yep, you called it. There's Moyer to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Moyer!
Boy, I swear we've seen that play before. St. Mary's is going to have to make some adjustments. They can't leave that box wide open with the wheels that Moyer's got.
Yeah, because we haven't really seen that yet this year. I mean, he's scores from the 1 or 2 yard line on some quarterback sneaks, but as far as running like he is right here, that again another weapon that they have.
They must have seen something in the film studies and knowing that they have that play in their back pocket.
The extra point is good. And he's perfect, by the way. He continues to be perfect. And with 2:27 remaining here in the first quarter, Wapak, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and a 1-touchdown lead. It's 14-7. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
Mike Feaster is a proud graduate of Wapakoneta High School and takes that same pride into his work as owner of Feaster Residential Inspectors. They provide detailed home and commercial inspections, and Mike works with you to know the condition before you purchase that home or business. Whether you're buying or selling a home or business, you can count on Mike and his team of professional inspectors to give you all the information you need to know. Call 419-371-8468 or visit us at feasterinspectors.com.
Lee's new crispy golden fried spicy wings come in packs of 6, 12, or 20. That means they're perfect for solo snacking or feasting with family and friends. Sorry, not sorry to your old favorite wing spot. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
Friday Night Football, everyone's favorite time of the season. The energy, the band, it all ties together perfectly. You deserve the same from your real estate transaction. Located in downtown Wapak and operating all throughout Northwest Ohio since 2012, Merit Real Estate is here to provide you with exceptional service and commitment to ensure you get the most out of your real estate experience. From Friday night lights to Friday morning coffees on the porch, Merit is with you because in Wapak, community comes first. Get more with Merit, your home team in real estate.
Founded in 1914, Minster Bank has never lost its focus that separates us from every other bank, and that is helping people achieve financial success. At Minster Bank, we take pride in knowing our customers personally. You can expect a relationship with someone who understands your unique needs and can provide the solutions to help. We're Minster Bank, helping you achieve financial success. Minster Bank, minsterbank.com, member FDIC.
Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer and Farmers Insurance President's Council Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection with offices in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. And Brendan, you saw something on that big play to Noah Bishop.
Yeah, John Youngs was the sole defensive back sitting in the middle there, and he either has to make a play or they're going to have to adjust their defense to not leave him alone as the sole defender to try and defend against that run where Wapak's busted it loose twice.
You're talking about the touchdown with Moore.
Touchdown.
Yeah. The big play was that long pass to Noah Bishop, too. And here's the return up over the 20-yard line, and a host of Redskins in on the tackle.
Gage Vaughn making the stop there.
Yeah, and Ethan Becker's also in on tackle. Nice job coverage there.
Dylan Fink on the return. So St. Mary's will start 1st and 10 from their own 22. Beautiful night for high school football here from Wapakoneta. And what a ball game we have. Minerding under center. Handoff.
Attacking the edge.
Turning the edge is right. Is number 8. That's Luke Rammel.
And Bowersock finally doing a good job of turning him inside, getting the blocker off with his arms, and making a play there.
Yeah, safety's got to be coming and linebacker's got to be coming. I mean, eight yards on a first down play, it's too much for a first down.
That's right. 2nd and 2. $1:51 remaining here in the quarter.
Going up the middle.
Right there off the tackle.
Moving his legs.
Wow.
Yeah, again, Bowersock was right there at the line of scrimmage, and we just got to wrap up.
Caleb Schmidt gets the first down.
Gage Vaughn making the play, not really with his arms, more just getting in the way and having the running back trip over him.
You know, this being the 5th game of the season, this is basically the first team we've seen that really pound it like this at us.
Mm-hmm.
Those hard running backs like that.
Yeah, I expected that out of Defiance when we played them earlier, but we didn't see that. 1st and 10 from the 39.
Running right into the arms of big number 75, Jacob Niedmeyer there. Again, all he had to do was wrap up and fall down.
Again, you're seeing and Noah Baker's in there as well, so there's some defensive linemen that you haven't really played a whole lot this year because the teams we've played, we've been in a nickel a lot, so now we're getting some big guys in there, Niedmeyer and Noah Baker down there at tackles.
Schmidt, the ball carrier, for a gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and a long 9. On the counter. Yeah, and boy, he's got some running room right there. You and I said the same thing, counter at the same time. It's like, you got to contain. You got to contain.
Yeah, and you saw all the linebackers there flow to the right as they saw that initial step with the guards. But you got to keep your eyes on the ball, got to keep your eyes in the backfield.
Dylan Fink showing some speed there. 1st and 10 from the Wapak 40. There he goes again, turning the corner, staying on his feet, breaking tackles inside the 30 of Wapakoneta, and they'll move the chains again.
Yeah, right now they're getting the edge on us quite a bit with the sweep, so we got to do a better job of setting the edge.
Noah Bishop did a great job turning that play back inside. Or sorry, that was number 11, Caden Page, turning the ball back inside. The linebackers have got to be there when that ball comes back inside.
1st and 10, just like that, at the Wapak 28-yard line.
Fumble.
There's a fumble on the play. Oh, wow, that would have been a nice turnover.
Yeah, first miscue of the game for St. Mary's.
Coach Bo was over there shaking his head. That's, the basics are what drive coaches nuts. And you don't execute there, that's going to be laps after the game.
And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter from Wapakoneta. It's the Redskins 14, the Rough Riders 7. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs.
Bushita Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Bushita Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushitaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushitaCreekSteaks.com.
Tired of searching for the right tire? Then you'll be glad you found Miller Brothers Tire Service. If it's round, rubber, and rolls, we've got it. Lawn and garden, agricultural and industrial, and everything in between. Miller Brothers is your one-stop super shop for everything tires and wheels. We offer the best service around, and we're family-owned and operated. And you know what? We're still going to be here tomorrow because we're on our second generation, and we've been here for 70 years. Give us a call or visit us online at MillerBrosTire.com for all your tire and wheel needs. At Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Our goal is to provide our client families with celebrations of their loved one's life and the time they share. We give every family in our community unique opportunities to learn, share, and remember. For more information, visit us at EelyFuneralHomeAndCrematory.com.
Mullen come out holding his shoulder now. Now he's holding his shoulder.
Who?
Mullen.
No shit.
Yeah, I wonder if he got a stinger or a collarbone.
Well, these guys, of course, he's had a collarbone injury, so.
Bo's still the head coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was a running back coach for a short time while Fry Sr. was still ahead.
Oh, he's still out there somewhere pulling the strings. Probably.
He's screaming his head off from the press box, I'm sure. Whatever's left of his
So what else are we
words.
looking at down there? So you saying that, are you watching? Are you looking for him down there? All right,
Mullen?
Yeah. Here.
Longsworth is out for the game. You can see he's on the sideline right now. They're
okay.
playing with his arm.
Okay. Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. Week number 5. The 2-2 St. Mary's Rough Riders against the 4-0 Redskins, and St. Mary's on the move. 2nd and 11.
Sweep, turning it inside. Great job by Caden Page. They're sealing the edge, getting it in front of the block, inside of it, and making a nice tackle.
Yeah, nice job avoiding the block there.
Dylan Fink gets about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
We'll see if Wapak, St. Mary's has a very limited playbook so far, and Wapak's got to be able to start to recognize these plays. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a counter here or sweep.
One wide receiver to the left. We've got a slot right. Weinerding under center. We've got motion to the left. It's that quick hitter again to Schmidt, and Schmidt gets mobbed.
Yeah, Braylon Walter and Wyatt Bewley, they just run an inside trap there, and Bewley came right off the center block and did a nice job of stopping that run.
Well, now it's a big 4th down, and I don't know, are they sending out the kick? They got a kid that's got a leg. I don't know. Are they going to try to kick a field goal?
Every point matters.
Yeah, they are.
They did have a free kick last week. Did you see that, Dan?
Fair catch.
Yeah, they did a fair catch, and they did a free kick, and it was like a 49-yard field goal.
Right out of the Coach Fry playbook.
Yeah.
Oh, this kid's got a leg.
He does. He does have a good leg.
All right. There's the snap, the place, the kick is up, and it is no good. Off to the right.
Wow.
Wow, he had plenty of leg into that one, and I thought he had it.
First miss of the year for him.
I think he's
nice job by the Wapak defense.
Yeah, Caden Page was coming there off the edge, and I think he tried to keep it a little right to avoid him. And if Page would have laid out and he would have kicked it a little to the left, that might have been a block.
What was that, about a 45-yard field goal they had there? Wow, attempt.
Yeah, with the free kick, he can, take some more steps because there's no rush on him last week when they had the free kick, and it was like a 49-yard field goal that he made.
Well, he had the time.
So Wapak 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Just underway, second quarter action. Wapak 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Let's see if they can go for the trifecta. 2 wide receivers out to the left, trips out to the left. Wide open middle there, and gingerly getting into the hole was Moyer. He didn't really hit that hole very
Yeah, they spread. They were 5 wide, so they had no backs in the backfield except for Moyer, and he was the runner there. So
he was
trying to be a little too patient there. And Matthew Murray and Cole Mullins there just collapsed the hole as soon as he stepped through it.
He did manage to get 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Trips out to the left, 1 wide receiver to the right. Moyer looks to the right, and he goes across the middle. Bishop to the 40, to midfield, to the other 40.
Ball's out.
I think he was down, though. Well, maybe not. They're continuing to let it go.
Well, they threw a marker down here.
I think it's just where the fumble was at. Wow, that's a big play.
I saw that player coming up, and he had a big swipe on the ball.
It looked like he was down. It looked like the player was on the ground that was already down with the ball.
Yeah, it looked like John Youngs was the defensive back there that made the fumble. And what a smart heads-up play to know that when you're playing from behind and the receiver is running with everything they got, they're not holding on to the ball as tight as they would be coming through the hole. So nice heads-up play there from St. Mary's.
Yeah, I mean, the defensive back Beam looked like he was coming up to make a play on the ball and not the receiver. And next thing you know, he's running right by him. And
wow. So St. Mary's, we don't see Wapak as we look at the statistics, as far as turnovers are concerned.
And that's Gage Vaughn down right out there. So he's like the number 3 running back. So if Andre's out and Mullins out and he's out, I'm not sure who the next running back up is.
Wapak doesn't turn the ball over much.
They've got a great margin. One lost fumble through the year so far, 2 fumbles that they've gained, 3 interceptions. So like you said, that's not something we see very typical from the Redskins. But again, you can't discredit St. Mary's there. And number 1, John Youngs there for making the play. Great heads-up play.
I thought for sure he was down with the ball. I didn't, we'll take another look at it here and see.
Either way, St. Mary's coming back the other direction.
1st and 10 now for the Rough Riders from their own 47-yard line.
So with Vaughn out as linebacker, Klein comes in as a linebacker now on defense.
Let's see if St. Mary's can take advantage of the turnover. Weinerding under center. It's a handoff. No, it's a reverse. And coming back across the left end, number 8. That's Luke Rammel once again, the senior.
Yeah, Noah Bishop did a nice job of staying at home on the reverse there and making a tackle. Again, St. Mary's gaining like 6 yards on 1st down.
Got something to prove after dropping the ball there.
and Matthew Klein.
Second and 4. That's Schmidt. He's going to be close to a first down, though. They're going to say he's about a yard short. So bring up 3rd and 1.
Looked like Channing Tatum or Miller in there on the tackle.
Maybe Wyatt Beal, too, helping to wrap him up.
Good crowd on hand here for St. Mary's, which is what we expected. And it's homecoming here in Wapakoneta, so there are plenty of fans on the home side. 3rd and 1. And that's Schmidt, and he's got enough for a first down.
Yeah, they ran that little lead play with their fullback, and I mean, it's hard to stop a 1 or 2 yard gain there.
Yeah, and they collapsed the inside. He bounced it to the outside, and you know, luckily Caden Page was there to make the heads-up play.
1st and 10 for the Rough Riders from the Wapak 41.
Boot pass here.
And there goes Minerding. That's a gain of 7. Nice run by the quarterback.
Yeah, they were always teaching if you see green grass as a quarterback on that boot, you're running. Run first, pass second for them.
Gain of 8. 2nd and 2. Tackled by
I'd like to thank our sponsors once again: Merit Real Estate, Minster Bank, Allen Davis Insurance Agency, Elevation Chiropractic, and Miller's Corral.
Looks like Gage Vaughn's back out on the field for defensively.
2nd and 2. And Schmidt, the ball carrier again, and he's got enough for a first down.
Yeah, our linebackers just need to come fill a little bit harder. Braylon Water was able to get a tackle there from the edge.
Yeah, and Darren Hauser also, coming up to try and make the play. St. Mary's clearly has some momentum going here, and Wapak's got to find a way to knock them back.
1st and 10 from the Wapak 29. 2 wide receivers set for St. Mary's. Minerding looks and throws it well short of the intended receiver.
Yeah, something you don't see very often on first down, a pass from St. Mary's.
I think they're just trying to switch it up a little bit, keep Wapak on their toes.
Trey Moore, the intended receiver. That'll stop the clock with 7:45 remaining here in the half. Wapak up by a touchdown. Crazy turn of events in the 2 previous possessions. A long field goal miss and a Wapak push into St. Mary's.
Last time they spread them out here, they just ran an inside trap here. Let's see what they do this time. Yep, same thing, inside trap. They're just trying to take those corners out of the box a little bit while spreading them out, and then just run an inside trap.
Boy, they sealed that up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like Wapak is starting to get a little bit better feel for the offensive series here that St. Mary's likes to run. And, St. Mary's is going to have to keep trying to switch it up, or otherwise Wapak's just going to keep stacking the box.
I think either some type of sweep or maybe something a little fancy here. 3rd and long for them.
2 wide receivers set for Minerding.
Yep.
And there's that toss sweep to Schmidt.
Nice
and Schmidt couldn't turn the corner.
Great job by Caden
Page. Yep, came up and did a nice job, make a tackle on the edge.
Great downfield play, downhill play.
Braylon Walter was out there as well on the tackle. And now it's another 4th down. It's officials' timeout.
Yeah, when on those sweeps, man, when you want.
There's an injury. I'm sorry.
St. Mary's number 3
guy
limping off the field. Carter Verbeek. He's a great edge blocker for them, and that's going to be an important person that they are going to be missing if he's staying out of the game here.
Yeah, he's been sealing that end on those sweeps and those counters. He's been doing an outstanding job. And let's pay attention if they're running to the tight end position less now that he's out of the game. 4th and 8. What are we doing, guys? Kicking a field goal? What do you think?
I don't think they're going to kick a field goal.
Coach Fry playbook.
I think they're going to run an offensive play here.
Oh yeah, they're going to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a boot pass or a sweep to the wide side of the field. Moore
split wide to the right, slot left. Minor ding.
Reverse.
On the reverse, it's Moore. Moore gets a block.
Come
He's
on,
got a little bit of running room.
Nice open field tackle.
Nice open field tackle.
Yes.
Nice assist.
Gage
Vaughn. Yep.
There we go. That's the kind of defense that you want to rely on.
Yeah, because if he doesn't make that tackle, he probably makes it to the first down marker, I think.
He chased him all the way across the field.
Nice job, open field.
Yeah. And he did a great job seeing that as soon as he was on the backside. He was starting to flow to the weak side, saw the play coming back, and just got on a horse to chase him down.
Yeah, that's a big defensive stand. You know, St. Mary's had some momentum after that fumble recovery, and the offense was moving the ball, and nice stand by the defense there.
Wapak will take over on downs. 1st and 10 from their 27-yard line. 6:26 remaining here in the first half. And the Skins up by 7, 14-7. 2 wide receivers left. Trips out to the right for Moyer.
Green
looks to the right, sets up that screen, has a few blockers. And that's probably a gain of about 7 on the play on the receiving end.
Number 32, Taylor Compton, making the play there to keep him from getting a first down.
Yeah, he had to come from his linebacker position. He did a nice job of blocking the corners out there on the edge on that screen.
And Ryan Richardson on the receiving end. Well, they're going to mark it short.
Now you got
of
some
the
yards
35.
Here. You go deep or you run the ball here.
Same setup, trips out to the right, empty backfield for Moyer. They spread that defense out, looks to the right, and on that curl pattern, number 22, it's Gage Vaughn on the receiving end. And Vaughn up over the 35-yard line. He'll be short of the first down. Nope.
He did everything he's supposed to there. Make the catch.
Nope, he got the first down.
Hold on to the ball. And just go. Make sure you don't fumble it.
And it's nothing flashy for us. You know, it's just getting the ball out quick to our receivers out in the space. You know, 4 or 5 yard pass plays, and then let them make a run with the ball.
Yeah, I think the key here for Wapak's offense is going to be just executing the simple plays, making sure that St. Mary's defense has to respond.
1st and 10 from the 37.
They got him.
Pump fake going downfield, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Bishop.
Grady Hughes kind of bit on that pump fake, and Noah took off, and he just reached out and grabbed Noah and almost tackled him almost.
He had to. Otherwise, that would have been a sure touchdown.
Yep.
And it was a great pump fake.
Yep.
By Moyer there. He's doing everything right on the quarterback side.
Yeah, because like I said, we do those little 5 yard passes all the way down the field, and soon enough they start biting on them. And nice call.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. Is like as Wapak, you got to have each play set up the next one, and that's how your offensive series has to go, so that you get St. Mary's starting to bite and make sure that they are trying to guess what you're doing.
So with the holding penalty, that'll move the ball to the 47. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. Moyer looks to the right again, throws that out pattern, and that's Gage Vaughn on the receiving end up over midfield into St. Mary's territory.
Yeah, with Mullen out of the game, Vaughn stepping in there and making those nice plays on the offense now as well.
It was a good job by Taylor Compton, too, flowing from the inside linebacker position to make that play out on the edge.
Called a gain of 4. It'll bring 2nd and 6. 2 wide receivers split to the left. That's Caden Page. We haven't seen much of Caden Page offensively. Moyer throws it to the right to that screen pass again, and it's Ryan Richardson.
Yeah, getting 5 yards, it just...
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and we're doing a nice job of blocking their corners out on the edge.
Adams and Bishop out there doing a good job of holding their blocks. Not holding their blocks. There's a difference.
And Taylor Compton, again, flowing out from the linebacker position to make the play. I think that St. Mary's is going to have to rely on him a lot if St. Mary's can't man up and lock down at their receivers.
3rd and 1 from
Caleb
the 44.
Wackoff just checked in as an H-back, so I wouldn't be surprised if we hand the ball off to Gage Vaughn here on a run right behind him. Or Caleb just follows. Yep,
that's what he's going to do. And
first down.
Hurdles the offensive line and gets enough for the first down.
Moyer on the keeper.
They'll move the chains.
First down, Redskins.
Here comes our receivers back in. Going to spread them out again.
Richardson, Adams, and Bishop back into the game.
Despite the turnover, Wapak's doing a great job moving the ball. St. Mary's has got to make some adjustments here if they're going to try and slow these guys down.
Well, with 4 minutes to go before half, if we can get a score here before half, that would be huge.
Page tight to the right, trips out to the left. Moyer has time. Now he slips on the turf, moving forward.
Yeah, defensive end out there did a nice job of containing him and making the tackle once he started to scramble a little bit.
And it looked like there was some miscommunication there with Wapak's receivers. They have what sounds like an option, or it looks like an option, with number 21 going out to the flats. He should have gone
Adams.
deep and attacked the middle of that zone where they're soft.
Huge loss. Will give the tackle to the turf. 2nd and 17. Moyer steps up again, and nice pursuit down the line by St. Mary's. And was there another fumble? Yes! It's going back to St. Mary's. Moyer couldn't hold on to it.
It looked like they were trying to run a draw there, and St. Mary's finally got the front four in on him and got some pressure on him.
Yeah, and I couldn't tell which St. Mary's linebacker or defensive back it was that came up on Moyer there. That he put his helmet right on the ball as he was falling down. He was getting held, getting tackled around his ankles, and then another player came up and put his helmet right on it, knocked it out.
Wow. Second huge turnover for the Wapakoneta Redskins. St. Mary's 1st and 10 from midfield. Minerding rolls to the right, looks, the ball's tipped.
Yeah,
intercepted.
55.
Darren Hauser.
Way to keep your eyes up on the ball. Ball tipped up in the air. Hauser making the heads-up play there. That's huge, getting the ball back on the first play.
Yeah, great job by the defense there, getting the turnover off of the turnover. So nice job defensively.
Right back on the 50.
Wow, that wakes up the Wapak faithful.
And more importantly, too, St. Mary's is starting to become more one-dimensional. They have not had any successful passes so far on the offensive side of the ball, and they're going to have trouble relying on that and playing from behind if they can't get any more points here.
I think Caleb Moyer is going to want to redeem himself after the previous turnover. Back-to-back turnovers has Wapak now at midfield, 1st and 10 with 3:05 remaining in the half. 2 wide receiver set. That's Page in motion to the right. Moyer rolls right, looks down the sideline. Page is open to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Caden Page!
Yeah, I think St. Mary's defensive backs kind of lost him because he came in motion out of the backfield and basically went to the sideline and he's up the sideline and wide open.
And Taylor Compton, who's had an otherwise spectacular game so far, making a bunch of plays, I think he was the one that was responsible for Page. And like you said, he slipped out there without anybody seeing him, turned it upfield, and that's a miscommunication on St. Mary's defense.
Yeah, that's a play we haven't seen this year with him lining up in the backfield like that, so, a new wrinkle for them.
Drew Niekamp to attempt the extra point. That's the way you make a team pay after a turnover. Oh, nice job by Elliott to set that ball for Niekamp.
Yeah, he brought that off the turf and got a set. So, yes, he did a nice job there.
So with 3 minutes remaining, we'll stay right here. Wapak extends their lead 21-7.
Yeah, that's a huge turnover right there as far as, that interception, and then we can put points on the board. And, man, 2 minutes to go before half.
And that's the mark of a good team. How do you respond when there's a big momentum shift? And you saw Wapak there, came right up, put some pressure on the quarterback, forced him to make a mistake, or at least pass the ball a little short, capitalizing on the turnovers here, and then responding with a big, quick strike all the way down the field.
And you look at the last few possessions for each team. It started with that missed field goal by St. Mary's, and then that fumble by Bishop. The turnover on downs deep in Wapakoneta territory on St. Mary's gives the ball back to Wapak. Moyer fumbles, that turns it over. Then the very next play is an interception by Hauser, and the very next play is a 50-yard touchdown strike from Moyer to Page. Wow. If you got away from the TV to go get a pop or some chips, you missed a lot of action in the last 10 minutes.
Now we got to do a good job of coverage here on this kickoff.
Yeah, they're going to need a good return to set them up.
And back to return.
We have Moore and Fink back there. Looks like Moore is going to take the kick.
At the 10, to the 15, to the 20. 25, looking for that seam again, but wrestled down before he can get to the 30-yard line.
Miller did a nice job on the tackle there.
Good coverage by Wapak's, kick off there.
Did I say we were playing St. Mary's? I mean, come on, man.
Gotta love a good rivalry matchup. These guys are playing with their hearts on their sleeves right now.
Dude.
You can see the passion in every play.
You can. I mean, both sides are hitting hard. We got guys on both sides that are going out, so they're playing with intensity down there. 1st and 10 from their own 27. Minor Ding under center. One wide receiver out to the left. It's not going to matter. They're going to sweep left.
Nice job. We're doing a better job on the edge right now. They're trying to run that sweep outside. Buell and the cornerback did a nice job.
That's Rammel, the ball carrier.
You talked about linebacker Phil, and then Hauser's downhill right there.
Exactly. And I think St. Mary's is really starting to miss that tight end that went out earlier in the game. He's like you said, set the edge for them, and they're missing that right now. And Wapak's also doing a great job responding, making adjustments on defense to make sure that they're not letting them get outside.
They're back to that 2 wide receiver set on that loss of 1 yard. 2nd and 11.
Expect more runs.
Here we go, a little pass.
And that down and out, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Luke Rammel.
Tried a little play action there, trying to sneak it back out in the flats.
And St. Mary's just can't get that passing offense going right now. Each play builds on the last one, and if you keep having incomplete passes and interceptions, whenever you're throwing the ball, it really forces the team into a one-dimensional offense.
And this is where they don't want to be, 3rd and long.
2:06 remaining in the half. 2 wide receivers set again for Minor Ding.
Inside trap again.
Yep.
Man.
And that's Schmidt. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
He almost sprung another long one there.
4th and short.
Vaughn doesn't make it a tackle there. That's a 1st down. This will be interesting to see what they do here. Do they take a chance with 4th and 3? Like I said earlier, I think they would go for this normally, but man, if they
they're going to go for it.
I know, but there's like 1:45 to go. Are you going to put your defense in that position?
Yeah, maybe a hard count. They've already spent 2.
They're going to run out as much clock as they can.
Yeah, they've already spent 2 timeouts. They only have 1 left.
Wow.
They're down to 12 seconds on the play clock, and they're showing like they're going to run a play.
I think they're probably going to run a sweep, probably.
Hard count, probably. They're going to try to get them offsides. Yeah, they're going to try to get them offsides. They're not going to. Yeah, they got it down to 1 second, and they use that 1 timeout. So with $1:20 remaining, we have a timeout on the field. It's almost halftime, so we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, it's worth a shot there. Give them the hard count. You got nothing to lose. You got 1 timeout. See if you can't force Wapak to make a mistake there. Because you really, really need to get some points on that drive.
And like I said, if it wasn't, this part of the half right here, I think they would go for that,
Yeah, if they're any closer to midfield,
yes,
I would
agree.
go for it.
Both of you guys played against St. Mary's, and it doesn't seem to me that they've changed much in the 40-plus years that I've been watching this rivalry.
You know what you're going to get.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just a ground and pound mentality that they're just going to run the football and they're going to run it, down your throat.
Yeah, St. Mary's games are really won in the weight room. They pride themselves on wearing a team down over time, and trying to impose your will on the defense.
And I think they're kind of like us. They don't have the real big, huge athletes. Caden Page is, an outlier for us. We don't typically get those big, athletic kids like that. You get more of a Jarrett Mullen, a kid that's, 5'8", 5'9".
And
so they're showing punt.
Hay.
They got to watch. They got to watch for the fake punt. That was a low snap and a high kick. Looks like it's going to bounce out of bounds, but Bishop takes it.
Go down, Bish.
And he gets swarmed under.
That's kind of a risky play.
That was a risky play.
You catch it on the fly, or if you see guys are that close, it's better just to let it bounce. The worst thing you can do there is fumble the ball on the punt return there and give St. Mary's a chance here before half. If I'm the head coach, I'm yelling at Noah Bishop, catch the ball or let it roll.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some heavy run here with Gage Vaughn, and looks like Caleb Wackhouse in the game at the H-back, so might be handing the ball off here.
I don't think I've seen Wapak with more than 4, maybe 5 possessions in the first half or any half this year, and this is their 6th possession of the game with a $1:09 remaining in the half. Up by 2 touchdowns. It'll be 1st and 10 from their 26-yard line.
Yeah, we're just going to take a knee here.
Yep. They don't have any more timeouts remaining, so they'll have to take one more knee and call it a half.
And what a great first half from Wapak. You know, their offense came out firing.
Well, we have the number 1 defense in the league.
Turnovers haven't helped any, though.
You know, and the story was kind of like St. Mary's running game. You know, they're the number 1 rushing team in the league, but we're the number 2 rushing defense in the league, number 1 defense overall. So, you know, I think our defense has done a pretty good job so far. They got the edge on us a couple times early, but
we've made some good adjustments on the defensive side, and I'm sure that's what Coach is saying in the defensive huddle. You got to turn the play back inside. You can't let them get outside. You got to help yourselves make the play by turning the play inside where you got the personnel that can make the tackle.
Now, see, in years past, you know, if you were just a strictly running team, like Andre and Mullen both out of the game right now, you know, luckily for us, we have 4 or 5 other athletes out there right now that we can get the ball to, especially out on the edge, you know, with Caden Page and Ryan Richardson and Noah Bishop and Caleb Adams. So, I mean, thankfully we have some really good athletes out on the edge.
Yeah, it's a great balanced attack that Wapak has on the offense. And St. Mary's has got to make some adjustments here on defense, or Wapak's just going to continue to do the same in the second half.
And that'll bring us to the end of the first half with the score. The Wapakoneta Redskins 21, the St. Mary's Rough Riders 7. We'll be back with second half action after this. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football here on TSC.
G.A. Windsor & Son Company, family owned and the original recycler since 1848. We're proud to be headquartered in Wapakoneta, and our commitment to the community has never changed. We celebrate the hard work of our employees and provide our customers with the best service available in our industry, all while being environmentally conscious. We are proud of our city and proud of our workers. We are G.A. Windsor & Son. Visit us on the web at gawindsor.com.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
This is Jimmy from Jimmy Sager State Farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Stop in our office at 201 East Augley Street or call 419-738-7506 or check us out on the web at jimmysager.com for your free, no obligation quote.
Are you having trouble making a decision about where to go for your hearing care? Well, let us help you cut through the noise. Hear what our patients have to say about us here at Augley's and Sydney Audiology.
Augley's Audiology has always been a wonderful experience. I have taken both of my little ones there for their preschool examinations, and my kids just love them.
Vanessa is such a calm and interesting audiologist who explains everything so thoroughly.
Don't trust your hearing care to just anyone. See the professionals at Augley's and Sydney Audiology.
When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. We see profits. We see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate and Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com. At Elevation Chiropractic, our mission is to elevate your health and lifestyle, providing you the best customer service possible and making everyone who comes through our door feel welcomed and valued. Dr. Mike Noggle and his team recognize each patient is unique and tailor care plans to meet their needs. By having multiple techniques and therapies, it allows us to get results patients need and desire. We invite you to join the family at Elevation Chiropractic and experience the benefits of consistent chiropractic care. We understand that healing takes time, and we're committed to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to schedule an appointment and begin your journey towards elevated health and well-being. Elevation Chiropractic in Wapakoneta. Call 419-738-4373 or visit us at elevationchiroohio.com. Let me tell you about my friends at Miller's Corral, a family-owned discount appliance and furniture store right here in Wapakoneta. Miller's Corral has served customers in Wapakoneta and the surrounding area since 1981, and I can tell you firsthand, they beat the big box stores. Low prices on quality products and top-notch customer service. They're all about service, delivery, installation, and repair. Miller's Corral is an authorized dealer of such brands as Amana, FlexSteel, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Take my word for it, they are the best. For complete sales and service, visit my friends at Miller's Corral in the Grandview Plaza, Wapakoneta. Personal service. That's Home Savings Bank. Locally owned and operated, Home Savings Bank takes pride in being part of the Wapakoneta community since 1941. Home Savings Bank continues to offer more services like online bill pay, ID Theft Smart, a mobile banking app, home mortgage and equity loans, construction loans, lines of credit, savings accounts, IRAs, and more. All with friendliness, integrity, and the personal service you deserve. Home Savings Bank in downtown Wapakoneta.
Our mistress and servant, Haley Dickey, and our escort, Griffin Muir. Haley is the daughter of Jeremy and Hannah Dickey. She is a member of the track team for the Redskins. Haley is the president of the Student Senate and a member of the nation. She also serves as a senior class officer and is on the sportsmanship committee. After graduation, Haley plans to attend Bowling Green State University to study early childhood education with hopes of becoming a kindergarten teacher. Griffin is a son of Nolan and Jackie Muir. Griffin plays baseball for the Redskins. He enjoys fishing, raising goats, and playing poker with his friends. After graduation, Griffin plans to attend Ohio Northern University to study mechanical engineering and play baseball.
Because the first ones are usually like that. I never know what
We would like to honor last year's homecoming queen, Carter Weber, and our escort, Landon Bacon. Carter is the daughter of Matt and Sarah Weber. She attends Life University, where she studies chiropractics and cheer. Landon is a son of Brian and Karen Bacon. He is a member of the marching and symphonic bands, where he serves as the librarian and section leader for the Redskins. He is also a member of Student Senate, and he serves as the NHS Vice President. Landon currently works as a medical scribe at Joint Township Hospital. After graduation, Landon plans to attend Ohio State University to major in biochemistry on the pre-med track. Leading in the 2025 homecoming senior court is Chloe Anderson and escort Drew Bailey. Chloe is the daughter of Curtis Anderson and Christy Rodriguez. She is a varsity cheerleader for the Redskins. Chloe enjoys baking and crafting. Chloe plans to attend Ohio University to pursue a degree in nursing. She would like to specialize as a pediatric oncology nurse. Drew is the son of Kevin and Nicole Bailey. He plays baseball for the Redskins. Drew enjoys weightlifting and hanging out with his friends. After graduation, Drew plans to attend college to study education and plans to coach high school baseball. Attended Peyton Bailey and escort Asher Hollinger. Peyton is the daughter of Nathan and Terry Bailey. Peyton is a varsity football cheerleader for the Redskins and a member of NHS. She enjoys going on walks, working, and spending time with her friends and family. After graduation, Peyton plans to attend college and is using the WIN program to help her decide on a degree in either radiology or an area in the cardiac department. Asher is the son of Matthew and Shonda Hollinger. He is a member of NHS and enjoys writing, reading, debating, and theology. After graduation, Asher plans to attend Tiffin University to study cybersecurity. Attended Tegan Lawrence and escort Alexander Hibner. Tegan is the daughter of Todd and Holly Lawrence. She plays soccer for the Redskins. She enjoys hanging out with her friends and family and playing pickleball. After graduation, Tegan plans to attend BGSU and pursue a degree in the medical field. Alexander is the son of Tom and Teresa Hibner. He is a member of the varsity academic team and varsity chorale. Alexander is a member of the Octagon Club and is the student section leader. After graduation, Alexander plans to attend Ball State University to earn a degree in field biology. His goal is to help conserve native wildlife. Attendant Addison Smith and escort Tate Kending. Addison is the daughter of James and Carrie Smith. She is a varsity football cheerleader for the Redskins. She is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and NHS. Addison enjoys competitive dance and listening to music. After high school, Addison plans to attend college to pursue a degree in education. Tate is the son of Mark and Kelly Kendig. He is on the esports teams for the Redskins. Tate enjoys tubing, walking, swimming, and gaming. Tate plans to attend college to pursue a degree in the field of technology. Attendant Riley Steinke and escort Caleb Moyer. Riley is the daughter of Eric and Kelly Steinke. She serves as the varsity volleyball captain and cheers basketball for the Redskins. Riley is also a member of the Octagon Club, FCA, and serves as the co-president of the Art Club. After graduation, Riley plans to attend the University of Cincinnati to major in architecture and minor in interior design, in hopes of starting her own firm in the future. Caleb is the son of Travis and Aaron Moyer. Caleb plays football and basketball for the Redskins. He is a member of NHS and enjoys hanging out with his friends and family. After graduation, Caleb plans to attend college to continue his academic and athletic career. Attendant Audrey Welsh and escort Jarrett Mullen. Audrey is the daughter of Chad Welsh and Kelly and Mike Kinsel. She plays basketball for the Redskins. Audrey enjoys spending time with her family and friends, going on walks, and playing with her dogs. After graduation, Audrey plans to attend college and pursue a career as a physical therapist. Jarrett is the son of Aaron and Tim Mullen. Jarrett plays football and baseball for the Redskins. He enjoys hanging out with his friends, going to Taco Bell and Chipotle, and golfing. Jarrett plans to attend college to play football and major in a sports-related field. Our last senior court representatives, Attendant Faith Williams and Escort Kyle Schneider. Faith is the daughter of Curtis Rex and Amanda Williams. Faith enjoys coloring, drawing, and being creative. She also enjoys walking and hanging out with her friends. After high school, Faith plans to enter the workforce. Kyle is the son of Calvin and Jamie Schneider. He is the senior class president and student senate vice president. Kyle is a member of NHS, the Octagon Club, and the Spanish Club. After graduation, Kyle plans to pursue a mathematics education degree to become a math teacher or professor. In the moment you've all been waiting for.
This one's first. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
This year's king, Alexander Hibner. And Queen Riley Steinke. Thank you for being a part of this event. Go Skins!
Mike Feaster is a proud graduate of Wapakoneta High School and takes that same pride into his work as owner of Feaster Residential Inspectors. They provide detailed home and commercial inspections, and Mike works with you to know the condition before you purchase that home or business. Whether you're buying or selling a home or business, you can count on Mike and his team of professional inspectors to give you all the information you need to know. Call 419-371-8468 or visit us at feasterinspectors.com.
Lee's new crispy golden fried spicy wings come in packs of 6, 12, or 20. That means they're perfect for solo snacking or feasting with family and friends. Sorry, not sorry to your old favorite wing spot. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
Friday Night Football, everyone's favorite time of the season. The energy, the band, it all ties together perfectly. You deserve the same from your real estate transaction. Located in downtown Wapak and operating all throughout Northwest Ohio since 2012, Merritt Real Estate is here to provide you with exceptional service and commitment to ensure you get the most out of your real estate experience. From Friday night lights to Friday morning coffees on the porch, Merritt is with you because in Wapak, community comes first. Get more with Merritt, your home team in real estate.
Founded in 1914, Minster Bank has never lost its focus that separates us from every other bank, and that is helping people achieve financial success. At Minster Bank, we take pride in knowing our customers personally. You can expect a relationship with someone who understands your unique needs and can provide the solutions to help. We're Minster Bank, helping you achieve financial success. Minster Bank, minsterbank.com, member FDIC.
Allen Davis Insurance Agency, your solutions provider in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. Allen is a business owner and an active farmer, and Farmers Insurance President's Council Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. Trust Allen Davis Insurance Agency for auto, home, life, commercial, and total farm protection with offices in Wapakoneta, Lima, and Minster. For more information, check us out on the web at allendavisinsurance.com. Your outdoor fun starts here at Dad's Toy Shop. See us today for all of your favorite remote control land, air, and watercraft, and so much more. Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs.
Buckeye Creek Steaks, naturally delicious, antibiotic, and hormone-free. From fresh, grass and grain-fed, free-to-roam cattle. Buckeye Creek is a family-owned and operated 210-acre free-range ranch right here in Ohio. And we take the time to custom-fit your order to exactly what you want for steaks, roasts, hamburger, pet treats, gifts, freezer boxes, and much more. Check us out on the web at PushitaCreekSteaks.com. That's PushitaCreekSteaks.com.
Tired of searching for the right tire? Then you'll be glad you found Miller Brothers Tire Service. If it's round, rubber, and rolls, we've got it. Lawn and garden, agricultural and industrial, and everything in between. Miller Brothers is your one-stop super shop for everything tires and wheels. We offer the best service around, and we're family-owned and operated. And you know what? We're still going to be here tomorrow because we're on our second generation, and we've been here for 70 years. Give us a call or visit us online at millerbrostoTire.com for all your tire and wheel needs. At Ely Funeral Home and Crematory, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Our goal is to provide our client families with celebrations of their loved one's life and the time they share. We give every family in our community unique opportunities to learn, share, and remember. For more information, visit us at EelyFuneralHomeAndCrematory.com.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta, Ohio, and your eyes are not deceiving you. It's a donut eating contest here for homecoming night.
Some hungry high schoolers there.
The one guy's got a technique. He's smashing them before he's eating them. But they all have a box of donuts that they have to kill.
Krispy Kreme.
Looks like Krispy Kreme, right? Yeah. Lay's donuts. Good luck, guys.
You might see the next Kobayashi here. If they're in your mouth, it counts.
Mullen's still in uniform, though.
All right. Well, anyway, welcome back to Wapakoneta High School, week number 5 of high school football action here on TSC. It's the 4-0 Wapakoneta Redskins against the 2-2 St. Mary's Rough Riders. What a crazy first half, guys. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. And Mark, we'll start with you a little bit, talking about the St. Mary's team. I guess maybe missed opportunities, you could say, is what's been happening to St. Mary's.
Yeah, they came out and was running the ball and getting it on the edge on their sweep. You know, had a nice drive. They scored on their first possession, but then Walpock's defense started making some adjustments on the edge, and our corners were starting to, fill the edge, and the safeties are coming down in the alley, and linebackers flying. So, yeah, I thought we did a nice job those last 2 series of shutting down St. Mary's run offense.
And Brendan, of course, turnovers and missed opportunities again for Wapakoneta.
Yeah, if St. Mary's is going to do anything here to slow down Walpock's scorching hot offense right now, they're going to need a few more turnovers. They're going to need to rely on their playmakers on the defensive side. Zach Myers, Taylor Compton, the seniors. Two seniors that are leading the league right now in tackles. I think Compton's #1 in tackles. Myers, somewhere in the top 10.
And back to receive for Wapak. Who do we got back there, Marcus?
We have Paige back there and Noah Bishop.
And here's the start of the second half.
Out of the end zone.
And again, that's why he's one of the better kickers in the league, kicking it into the end zone every time.
What a strong leg. Like I said in the first half, he reminds me of Beach.
Maybe a little frustration on that kick from the way things went in the first half.
So Wapak will start the second half. 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line. As Coach Moyer talks to his son, gives him instructions here to get things started. A beautiful night for high school football homecoming, as we mentioned, here in Wapakoneta. So we have a great crowd on hand from Wapak, and the fans are filling the stands on the other side from St. Mary's. We got motion to the right. That's Caden Page. Moyer, quarterback keeper, looks for that hole, but boy, that was closed up quickly by St. Mary's.
Yeah, Gage Vaughn was in there as a lead back, but Caleb kind of turned it up a little bit soon.
Yeah, and St. Mary's doing a great job collapsing the hole. They're going to need to do a lot of that to turn this into a one-dimensional Wapak offense with their top running backs being out of the game.
And we haven't seen much of that, Mark, at the beginning of this season where that hole has collapsed. It just seems like every time Moyer gets a room to run a little bit, it's always for 5-10 yards, but shut down to 3 there. It's 2nd and 7. Moyer looks to the right, throws to the right, and it's caught. That's number 22, Gage Vaughn, the sophomore.
And Taylor Compton getting out there, out in space, making a play, trying to keep Wapak from getting that first down.
Yeah, the defensive end there, Owen Ott, got his hands up. I thought he was going to get a little more pressure on Caleb there.
Mark, what do you see down on the sideline with Jared Mullen? Do you see number 0 down there?
I did see him come out at half. He's still in uniform. But I would be very surprised if we see him anymore.
What about number 24?
I have not seen Andre out on the sideline yet.
2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 3rd and 3 for Wapak. Moyer looks across the middle. It's caught by Bishop at midfield to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, get in the end zone. Oh my!
Number 22 there, Logan Childs, having a big miss on the inside. Having the opportunity to keep that to a 10-yard gain and turning it into a 60-yard gain.
Yeah, Trey Moore luckily was able to run him down, but not until he gets to the 2-yard line.
Wow.
And that's how you want to start in Wapak's offense. Come out firing, keep the momentum going, keep St. Mary's on their heels.
Yeah, Dan and I have been talking like the last 3 weeks. We've come out at halftime, fired up, and just taken it right down and scored. So this is a good way to start the second half.
Page split wide to the left.
Heavy set.
And that's where Moyer is going to go, but there's whistles, and what do we have?
Full start?
No, they're pointing at the St. Mary's defense.
Might have been lined up in the neutral zone there.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. I mean, Wapak just seems to come out and always has a spark when they get that first possession of the second half.
This is definitely the way to start the second half here if we can punch one in and get it 6 on the board.
So half the distance to the goal puts it at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal from the 1. Moyer drops his shoulder and reaches over the goal line for the touchdown.
Yeah, Wackoff and Gage Vaughn there, just 2 lead blockers for Caleb.
Taylor Compton had a great opportunity to make the play in the backfield, and something you don't normally see from a quarterback, keeping his legs moving, driving into the end zone.
Caleb Moyer.
Yeah, I do see Andre down there on the sideline now. He's out of uniform. His shoulder pads are off, no helmet. I think he's done for the night, obviously.
Niekamp with the extra point is up and good, and just like that, with only 9:40 on the clock, Wapak strikes first, takes it 80 yards here in the second half. It extends their lead to 28-7. It moves so quick we won't take a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, this is now where we need our defense to come out and make a nice stand on defense and just get their offense off the field. Don't even give them a chance to work their way back in this game.
And Brendan, this is what you were talking about. I mean, they got to be able to pass to catch up with a deficit like this, right?
Yeah, especially with Mullins out of the game. He leads. He's close to the top of the league. I think he's number 2, just behind Xavier Kelly from Van Wert in all-purpose yards in the season. They got to get the ball to their other playmakers. And what a fantastic play setup and play design from Wapak. They brought a man out to the wing and made it look like it was going to be a swing pass, and then hit Noah Bishop on the slant. And what a fantastic play design by them to catch St. Mary's sleeping on the inside.
But I'm talking about St. Mary's. Now they have to pass the ball down by 21.
Oh, I don't think they're going to go away from their game plan too much. They're going to run the ball.
They like to run the ball. Their passing offense is not strong enough that they can rely on it to catch up here.
Who's back to receive?
Yeah, we got Finn and Moore back again for the Riders.
And it looks like Moore is going to get under it at the 5. He's to the 10. He's got blockers ahead of him up to the 20. 25. Almost had a seam there.
Yeah, Braylon Water did a nice job of making the tackle there.
Yeah, way to stay home. You know, play your lanes on the kickoff. That's exactly what you want from a special teams coach.
Yeah, defensive players out there. Also was Tate Niekamp and Gage Vaughn also on that tackle as well.
St. Mary's will start 1st and 10 from their 27-yard line. I'd like to once again thank our sponsors for tonight's contest, Allen Davis Insurance Agency, Auglays Audiology, and Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspectors.
Running right up the middle there, right into the arms of number 55, Darren Hauser.
I guess you're right, Marcus. They're not going to deviate too much from their plan right now, as everybody's kind of slow to get up.
And again, this helps us with them having to run the clock and run the ball, and so it's just going to help us defensively as well. Just run that clock.
Tate Niekamp there also on the defense. Looked like he did a good job playing lateral, and that's what you want against a good offensive running attack here, is those defensive linemen collapsing the gaps.
Gain of 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Minor Ding under center. And the handoff, he knocked his helmet off, and then he took a hit in the head.
Came down hard and met him in the hole.
Wow, Schmidt took a hit in the head, too. You got to watch that. Boy, I'm sure, wow.
Well, if you're going to lower your head when you try to make the hit, you better have that chin strap buckled up.
Yeah, because Darren Hauser was coming down hard.
Wow, popped his hat right off, man. 3rd and 4 now. Minor Ding hands it off.
Trying to get the edge.
Come on, Braylon.
Oh, look at that pursuit down the line.
Bowersock, number 3 there, coming off the corner, and he held the edge, and, hopefully the defense was coming from behind, so yeah.
He held him up just enough there. You normally coaches go nuts about arm tackles, but he did a pretty good job holding on, making sure that he gave his defensive teammates there some time to catch up and make the play with him.
Dylan Fink had no chance.
Got Noah Bishop and Caden Page back to return this punt. 2 good playmakers back there.
And it's a shank. Wow. Oh, my.
Where's he going?
Oh,
that's got to be about a 40-yard line, probably.
Yeah.
Where is the side judge
He's
going?
coming. He's coming about the 40, probably.
Why did he take it up that far? He's coming inside the 40.
There it is. Nice. Boy, that's surprising because he's one of the better punters in the league,
A 6-yard punt. Oh, my.
Might as well have went for it on 4th down if you're going to have a punt like that.
So do you take a chance and throw one down the field here?
You have a short field. You've got the lead. If you really want to drive the nail home, that's the way to do it. But why not run out the clock?
I would take a chance and just throw one to Page right now. Throw one down the field. Try to hit one big right away.
Yeah, we haven't
defense
seen
is down
much.
a little bit, a bad punt.
We haven't seen much of Page.
Yep, I would throw one down the field.
We got Richardson and Bishop split wide to the right. Trips out to the left. There's Moyer. Sets up. He is looking long. He throws across the middle. He's got Bishop open. To the 5. Touchdown. Noah Bishop.
Yeah, he got inside the defensive back. Grady Hughes, I'm glad to see him get in the end zone after those first 2 catches and getting caught from behind. That's a nice job for him.
Yeah, some redemption there, that's for sure.
38-yard touchdown strike on the first play. And they did a 1-play touchdown to Page in the first half.
Keeping the foot on the gas.
Yeah, I like that. I like that call. I just, put it to him.
Yeah, baby.
Really knocking the wind out of St. Mary's defense right now.
See if Niekamp can remain perfect.
And see, there it goes again. Back and talk about the balance. And everybody's thinking, oh, Caden Page, but Noah Bishop right there. We just got so many guys out on the edge that we can throw the ball to.
And they need to refine those weapons, like Brendan was saying. I mean, you need to spread it out, and it's going to bode well for us when we get up against other teams that we might have to chase up and down the field, like a Shawnee or like.
Because you know what, there's going to be a game where Ryan Richards comes up with some big plays because of that, situation.
Wapak extends their lead 35-7 instead of taking a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 7:37 remaining here in the third quarter. But boy, how impressive was that? You called it, Mark. I mean, that first, or both of you guys did, I guess, Brendan. Just go for the jugular right off the bat, man.
Mark had it the whole way. He said, go for the deep strike here. And, what a way to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the gas, and really put a nail in the coffin here.
And the thing with the defense, getting that 3 and out, right after our score, and getting, our offense back out on the field was so impressive.
And think about the confidence that gives Noah Bishop in his senior year. And especially when you've got Ryan Richardson out there, you've got Caden Page out there. Now you've got a triple threat for Moyer.
Looks like Moore's going to return it here.
Moore up to the 20, 25, 30. Oh, man. Could not escape.
Yeah, Braylon Walter there. If he doesn't make that tackle, he might be still running. That's a nice job by Braylon.
Tackle by number 5, Braylon Walter.
We knew St. Mary's coming in had the #1 rushing offense in the league, but we had the #2 defense, rushing defense in the league. So I thought our defense was going to be ready to go tonight.
And they showed up to play. They had a little stumbles out of the gate, but they really got St. Mary's number here on the defense.
1st and 10 from the 36, and that's a handoff again. That's Rammel.
Boy, Darren Hauser is just flying into the football right now. He made first contact right there. And again, St. Mary's trying to get on the edge. And again, defensively, we're just doing a great job of making them run east and west.
And that's the problem with St. Mary's offense. You have a limited playbook. The defense really starts to key in. And you watch the tackles, that's where the play's going. You watch the guards. Sorry, that's where the play's going.
2nd and 9. It's Fink, the ball carrier.
Yeah, the front four did a nice job of shutting that down.
Wow.
Ludwig in there, and Wyatt Buell did a nice job up front.
They're going to make him work for every single yard here, and it really makes you wonder if St. Mary's has the power to even make this a game at this point.
If we can get a stop here, it's going to be huge.
Gain of 5, 3rd and 5 from the 41.
Going out to the left.
Minor ding. But boy, you can hear the fans on the Wapak side screaming for holding.
Yeah, our linebackers, both of them, we had Channing Miller and Darren Hauser there.
Tate Niekamp had some great penetration upfield. Just has to be able to try and seal the edge there with the quarterback rolling out. Just a couple steps behind on the play.
So, Mark, I don't understand why they were running wide so much, because they had a lot of success with those quick hitters up the middle if they wanted to get anything.
Yeah.
That kind of surprised me. Wapak came out defensively here on that first possession for them, or second possession, I should say.
Yeah, in the first quarter, they did a nice job of getting on the edge on us, though. So, obviously defensively we made some changes, and obviously defending the edge is a lot better this time than it was in the first quarter.
And that's the key to it. When you have a run-heavy offense, they're going to try and hitch up the middle, and get those defensive linemen, defensive backs to try and buckle in.
Why are we not seeing them run up the middle at all? Just they're trying to take it outside on these last 2 possessions here in the first half.
I think they're realizing that Wapak's getting keyed in on those offensive plays, and they're shutting down the middle now.
Wapak 1st and 10 from their 27-yard line, 6:12 remaining here in the third quarter. And the score tells the tale, 35-7. That's Page in motion to the right. Fake toss sweep. Moyer's going to keep it and gets banged around, and he's holding his head. Something, he was holding his face as he was falling down.
Trying to keep his helmet on, I think.
Yeah, just a counterplay with the quarterback. He fakes the pitch one way and then counters back with the pulling guard.
You know, Brendan, you played on this surface a lot, those rubber pellets and stuff like that. Does that have a tendency to just bounce up in your face sometimes?
Yeah, you know, those turf pellets, they get in your eyes. You know, it's a lot different than you know, getting on a nice grassy field. And I got to say, when you hit the turf, it's a different feeling compared to some nice soft grass.
Well, you never played on Ball and Walls College. Feels like I did. That was concrete. That's Bishop on the screen, and he's up over the 40-yard line. He's got enough for a first down. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, Page did a nice job getting a single block out there for him. And again, we're doing a great job just getting our athletes out in space, one-on-one, you know, making plays out there on the edge.
And St. Mary's defense has given a lot of respect now to the Wapak offense. They're playing off the ball, trying to keep them from getting behind them, and that's just going to lead to these quick, short hitters to your skill guys, and just let them run.
1st and 10 from their own 39. 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Two wide receivers left and to the right. Moyer looks. He actually faked that he was running the ball, throws the screen, and breaking tackles down the left sideline into the St. Mary's territory and into the end zone.
Yeah,
left me speechless.
Gage Vaughn coming out of the backfield. Again, just a short little pass out in the flat. Makes one guy miss, number 22, Logan Childs, and off to the races he goes.
You can't miss that tackle if you're St. Mary's defense. You know, you have, if you get your arms around a guy, you got to slow him up a little bit more than that. And if you don't, there they go.
61-yard catch and run, and it was all Gage Vaughn after that screen of 7 yards. I didn't know he had that gear in him, Marcus.
I didn't either.
What happened there?
Step.
Left me speechless.
He acted like he was going to slow down, juke inside, saw the St. Mary's defender slow down, and just hit the gas.
And just like that, it's the Wapakoneta Redskins 42, St. Mary's 7. We got to pay some bills. We'll take a break. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football here on TSC.
G.A. Windsor & Son Company, family owned and the original recycler since 1848. We're proud to be headquartered in Wapakoneta, and our commitment to the community has never changed. We celebrate the hard work of our employees and provide our customers with the best service available in our industry, all while being environmentally conscious. We are proud of our city and proud of our workers. We are G.A. Windsor & Son. Visit us on the web at gawindsor.com.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
This is Jimmy from Jimmy Sager State Farm in Wapakoneta, Ohio. Stop in our office at 201 East Augley Street or call 419-738-7506 or check us out on the web at jimmysager.com for your free, no-obligation quote.
Are you having trouble making a decision about where to go for your hearing care? Well, let us help you cut through the noise. Hear what our patients have to say about us here at Augley's and Sydney Audiology.
Augley's Audiology has always been a wonderful experience. I have taken both of my little ones there for their preschool examinations, and my kids just love them.
Vanessa is such a calm and interesting audiologist who explains everything so thoroughly.
Don't trust your hearing care to just anyone. See the professionals at Augley's and Sydney Audiology.
When it comes to land, some people just see earth. We see an investment. We see growth. We see profits. We see life. When it comes to your farm and your land, we'll help you see your investment. At Dye Real Estate Land Company, we know the land because we live it every day. Visit us today at dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. It's 42-7, guys. And Mark, you were talking during the break about the wear and tear that the Wapak defense and offense is putting on some of those key players that play both ways for St. Mary's.
Yeah, you look at their running backs that are playing, defensive back as well. So they're taking a lot of pounding on that running game, where a lot of our guys are out in space a lot of times, getting tackled one-on-one.
It's just the tale of two offensive styles.
Yes.
And St. Mary's, when you're getting worn down like that, you're going to have guys that are having trouble on the back end when they're playing on defense, trying to keep up with these skill players that are just running at full speed, especially the deeper and deeper into the game you go.
Dylan Fink on the return will start St. Mary's 1st and 10 from their 32.
Don't expect anything different from St. Mary's offense here.
Little movement in the backfield, no call, but that counter play.
Gus Coleridge, who just came in the game at safety, checking in, and he's filling the alley there from his safety position.
Yeah, doing a great job to step up, stay home on the counter, make a play.
Tackled by number 12, Guy Coleridge.
And again, Wapak's defense, you watch the guards, that's where the play's going.
They're down to their freshman Howell in the backfield right now. So maybe they are getting worn out.
I think Schmidt was the leading rusher in the league coming into the night's game and also the leading scorer in the league. And I think we've done a great job defensively of shutting him down tonight.
Rammel, the ball carrier, will bring up 3rd and 3. 2:20 remaining in the quarter.
Yeah, and with this running game, that clock tick, 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 tick. We're down to 2 minutes already here.
One wide receiver split wide left. Einerding hands it off.
Braylon Bowersock, nice job.
Making a play.
Wow.
Great job shedding the block there.
It's Powell, the ball carrier again.
If you're St. Mary's, the next day in the film room is going to be brutal because they're going to have a bunch of blockers that they're pointing out where they have got to stay on their man, and Wapak's just doing a great job making the initial contact, using their arms to create space and get away from them.
Fink back into the game, 1st and 10 from their 42. $1:30 remaining in the quarter. And that's Rammel.
Nice job. Again, Bishop out there in the corner taking it on at the edge, and just, your linebackers playing downhill then. Got your safeties coming down that through the alley, so you had Richardson coming down and the linebackers filling.
Yeah, and that blocker had great initial contact on Bishop. He just did a great job swimming off of the block, creating space, getting to the open field, and forcing the play to turn back inside.
I mean, on those sweep plays, those corners basically become like a defensive end, taking on those lead blocks.
I see Mullen on the bench talking to Moyer. Mullen's still fully dressed, but I don't think we'll see any more of him today. Not with this score. 2nd down.
Tate Niekamp doing a great job making contact from behind. Unfortunately, just bouncing him forward for a few extra yards.
They're trying to go back to that inside trap again, and they did a nice job of stopping.
Yeah, if you're St. Mary's here, you got to go for it on 4th down and just keep pounding it up the middle. It's the only thing that that's reliable.
This will probably be the last play of this half.
3rd and 5.
Or this quarter, I mean.
Wow, great job
Noah
coming
Baker down from the backside. He came from his tackle position right down the line of scrimmage. Nice job, Noah Baker there.
That was a great tackle.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, though, with the defensive linemen coming lateral, staying at the line of scrimmage instead of trying to come upfield. It's so hard as a defensive lineman to stop your instincts to want to get deep and penetrate the backfield, and that was a great job.
And again, we haven't really seen him a lot this year because we've played so many teams that are in a spread look that we play so much nickel defense. We only have 3 down, linemen. And now, with obviously a running team coming in, gives us a chance to get some of those guys back out there on the field, Noah Baker and the Niedermeyer boys. So, yeah, it's nice to see them out there playing hard.
Let's take a timeout. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Wapakoneta High School football on TSC.
At Elevation Chiropractic, our mission is to elevate your health and lifestyle, providing you the best customer service possible and making everyone who comes through our door feel welcomed and valued. Dr. Mike Noggle and his team recognize each patient is unique and tailor care plans to meet their needs. By having multiple techniques and therapies, it allows us to get results patients need and desire. We invite you to join the family at Elevation Chiropractic and experience the benefits of consistent chiropractic care. We understand that healing takes time, and we're committed to supporting you every step of the way. Contact us today to schedule an appointment and begin your journey towards elevated health and well-being. Elevation Chiropractic in Wapakoneta. Call 419-738-4373 or visit us at elevationchiroohio.com. Let me tell you about my friends at Miller's Corral, a family-owned discount appliance and furniture store right here in Wapakoneta. Miller's Corral has served customers in Wapakoneta and the surrounding area since 1981, and I can tell you firsthand, they beat the big box stores. Low prices on quality products and top-notch customer service. They're all about service, delivery, installation, and repair. Miller's Corral is an authorized dealer of such brands as Amana, FlexSteel, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Take my word for it, they are the best. For complete sales and service, visit my friends at Miller's Corral in the Grandview Plaza, Wapakoneta. Personal service. That's Home Savings Bank. Locally owned and operated, Home Savings Bank takes pride in being part of the Wapakoneta community since 1941. Home Savings Bank continues to offer more services like online bill pay, ID Theft Smart, a mobile banking app, home mortgage and equity loans, construction loans, lines of credit, savings accounts, IRAs, and more. All with friendliness, integrity, and the personal service you deserve. Home Savings Bank in downtown Wapakoneta.
Welcome back to Wapakoneta. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Mark Law and Brendan Wilson. Start of fourth quarter action. Wapakoneta up 42-7. St. Mary's on a 4th and 3.
Beautiful night for high school football.
Downhill.
I think he got it.
Yeah, I think he just got about at a half yard.
Caleb Schmidt, the senior, boy, he's not letting in anything, man. He's still running
signaling
hard.
that they got the first down there. I think they're just going to give it to him. Mercy.
The clock is running, though.
And they certainly take a lot of the play clock. In the first half, they were quick to get to the line, but now they've slowed it down. Their play calling.
Got a pass.
There's a pass, and battling downfield is Bishop.
Yeah, he did a nice job. You know, with a run game like that, they try to lull you to sleep and then sneak somebody deep, and Bishop did a nice job of making sure nobody got behind him.
Rammel down there.
More importantly, the timing on those passes is just going to be off. You haven't had any success so far in the pass game. I don't think they've had a single completion, maybe one out of the 4 or 5 times that they try to throw the ball, and so you can't expect that you're going to have a good connection with the quarterback here. Getting outside, they got the edge there.
Bishop to come up and make a nice tackle there. On that long pass, though, we just got done talking about the mercy rule. So 35, we're up by 35 points. The clock continues to run. So even though it was an incomplete pass, the game clock ran that whole time there.
Tick, tick, tick.
Yes.
Dylan Fink, the ball carrier. Yeah, I was kind of signaling you guys to start talking because I was trying to drink of some water. It was.
I could do the play-by-play if you want. Well, St. Mary's in their classic T backfield, running up the middle with a little fake, swinging it out to the outside. They finally had a good completion there, getting the first down.
Gallimore, the tight end, on the receiving end.
Maybe a little gasp of life from the St. Mary's offense.
Gage Vaughn from his linebacker position out there making a tackle out of bounds. But again, tackle out of bounds normally stops the clock, but the clock continues to run.
9:24 remaining. 1st and 10 for St. Mary's. Trying to save some of this game and maybe tack on some more points here. Meinerding under pressure, and he's going down.
Number 51, Wyatt Buell coming up. Or 91, I'm sorry. That was Noah Baker coming downfield to make the play.
Yeah, defensive backs on the backside. There was nobody open. He had nowhere to go with the ball.
Baker again.
Hungry. He wants a sack.
Did he have some of those donuts at halftime? Is he like on a sugar buzz rush or something? Man.
He would have gave them a run for their money.
2nd and long. This is definitely not a position that St. Mary's wants to be in.
Goodness gracious, yeah. 2nd and 16. One wide receiver split to the right, slot left. Play action.
51.
Oh, Bewley had some pressure on him.
Oh, wow.
Ryan Richardson makes a tip there, made a play on the ball, but right to the receiver.
Just 2 fingers on the ball. He needed a little bit more to swat it down.
What a nice catch.
Yeah, great concentration.
Grady Hughes on the receiving end.
Great concentration from the St. Mary's receiver there. They absolutely needed that catch to stay in the game here.
Under 8 minutes now. 1st and 10 from the Wapak 25. The wide receiver left, slot right. Minor ding under center. Here's the counter on the reverse, and Moore can't hold on to it.
They were trying that reverse again, and yeah, just on the handoff, it lost the ball.
Ray Moore lost the handle on it, and that's a big loss there.
Yeah, two big losses here on St. Mary's drive, and it's really shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, we talked about St. Mary's trying to throw the ball here, which they don't do very often. And I think we're going to get a pick here. I feel a pick coming.
Another one?
I do. I feel a pick coming.
2nd and 17 from the Wapak 32. That's Hughes split wide to the left. Minor ding, drops back, looks, throws to Hughes, and overthrows.
Great defense there by number 3, Braden Bowersock. He's having a heck of a game.
Again, we're forcing St. Mary's to do something they don't want to do here, and they're uncomfortable doing it.
Talk to me about Bowersock, the junior.
Yeah, this is his first year of playing varsity, and every week he's been getting a little bit better. I saw him the other week in the hallway, and I just told him, I said, man, just keep working hard, and he's getting better every week. So, just the more playing time he's getting and feel for the game. So, yeah.
Having a great night tonight.
Depth is what it's all about. 3rd and 17 from the 32.
Counter play.
Yep, that's Fink again.
Staying home.
Yeah, we'll let them run that all night now. Just keep it in front of them here.
Yeah, Noah Bishop doing a good job there, just wrapping up, giving them the few yards. You don't need to do anything spectacular.
Now's when you want to see those front 4 guys get a little pressure here on the quarterback.
4th and 12.
I wouldn't be surprised if they unleash one of those linebackers as well.
Yeah.
And St. Mary's is bringing in the skill guys. Yeah, great call. If you're Wapak, run a blitz here.
Send the house.
Keep your defensive backs home. Make them play good defense. Keep the guys in front of them. Don't let anybody get behind you.
Oh, little
Minor
pump and
ding,
go.
little pump and go. Yeah.
There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Number 12 there.
Guy Kohlreiser, yeah.
Doing a great job. He had the over top coverage.
Yep.
Like we said, that's
Bishop
good,
had him
solid
underneath.
fundamentals.
Bishop had him underneath, and yeah, he came over top and got to the ball and almost intercepted it, like you said. It was almost an interception. So Wapak will take over on downs as the clock continues to run, working its way under 5 minutes.
Yeah, I see him taking the Caden Page out, Ryan Richardson out. Good call getting some of those guys off the field. They don't need to be out there.
And if you're St. Mary's, your only hope here is to try and rip the ball out on these run plays.
1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Bishop in motion to the right. It's
Gage
a handoff.
Vaughn.
Gage Vaughn. He's to the 40, to midfield, trying to move around the St. Mary's defender, and he finally got caught in St. Mary's territory.
I was just going to say, when this drive started, I thought if we could get 1 first down, I think that game was going to be over. But now with a big run here, I think 1 more first down.
Gashing them down the field. St. Mary's is gasping for air at this point.
Gage was little gingerly walking back into the huddle.
I remember last year at the end of the season where he got in the game late a couple times and had some good runs, and I knew he was a good runner. He just hadn't had the opportunity this year yet.
Under 4 minutes remaining. 1st and 10 for the Skins. Caleb talking to Bishop. Has him in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff again. It's going to be Vaughn, or no.
Yep.
Is that?
Yep, that's Gage.
Gage Vaughn.
Yep.
No, it's Caleb Blackoff, isn't it?
No, it's Gage Vaughn.
Gage Vaughn again?
Yep.
It looked like a 3 to me. 32 and 22.
And it looks like a designed RPO that Wapak's running there when they swing the back
But
out.
I guarantee you, he's handing it off right now. He's not going to pull that bad boy. I would be very surprised if they didn't hand the ball off to Gage Vaughn 2 or 3 more times. Oh, they're taking him out. They're going to bring the Wireman boy in. Okay.
Yeah, get those young skill guys some experience in a game against some varsity players. Get them some contact. Get them up to speed on what it's like to play.
Looks like they're going to put Trent Lisi in at quarterback as well.
Mason Steinke's also in on the in the game now. Yep, Trent Niekamp is out there. And someone's calling a timeout. Who's calling the timeout?
I think Travis did.
The timeout, Wapakoneta, with 2:51 remaining. And we'll keep it right here. Want to thank our sponsors again. TSC, you can't do it without you. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Merritt Real Estate, Minster Bank, Allen Davis Insurance Agency, Elevation Chiropractic, Miller's Corral, Home Savings Bank. GA Windsor, been with us since 1997. Thank you for your support. State Farm Insurance, Auglaze Audiology, Dye Real Estate and Land Company, Casheta Creek Steaks, Dad's Toy Shop, Miller Brothers Tire, Gail Miller and the family. Gail's got to be pretty proud of having the Miller tradition continue on this football team. Ely Funeral Home and Feaster Residential and Commercial Inspectors.
And Elevation Chiropractic probably drumming up some business after the hits that were taken during this game.
Boy, there has been some pretty hard hits, especially in that first half.
There's going to be plenty of ice packs to go around after this one.
You know, it's nice to see, though. Again, we had guys step in. You know, Mullen didn't play much. Andre was out early. So, again, Gage Vaughn coming in and made some big runs today. So, yeah.
And we worried about that going into the season. You know, we talked about the depth if you're playing the same people all the time, even offensively and defensively.
Good play by number 32, Tyler Compton, coming up. Adding the stats for the rest of the
I'm
season.
surprised that all St. Mary's ones are still out there on that field. That's their starting defense out there.
Wireman, the ball carrier. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. And they're milking the clock. They're milking the play clock as much as they can. So I got to tell you guys both, isn't this the way you want to celebrate your homecoming game, right?
Oh, definitely. Never gets old beating St. Mary's.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have a lot of fun singing the fight song after this one. There's nothing like a good, decisive win against your rival after the game, going to the student section, singing the fight song in front of them. There's not too many feelings like that.
And that's a good run for our twos offense out there. Like I said, St. Mary's still has their #1 defense in, and there's our JV kids out there putting, first down run on them. Go Skins. Get another one on them.
First down.
They're going to leave their #1 defense in, put it to them.
We're playing for pride right now.
Buck 11 remaining in the game. I can't tell you how happy I am to have you back in the booth, and even if it's just for one game. If I get to see you again, my son Brendan, it was nice having you up here for this game.
What a pleasure to be back. You know, this was a great game to watch. I'd love to see the Redskin tradition being carried on by these young gentlemen. It's clear that they're putting in the work in the weight room, at practice. You know, I think they're going to have to run a few laps for the fumbles that they've had during the game, but other than that, I don't think Coach is going to have too many critiques.
Yeah, because I think coming in, we only had one turnover all year, I think, so far, and that was one fumble that Mullen had, I think, early in the season. Mm-hmm. So, we only had one turnover.
Well, Marcus, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I think the big thing was, our defense was number 1 coming in overall and number 2 against the rush, and St. Mary's had the number 1 rushing team in, and I think we prevailed tonight with our defense.
Yeah, you look at the scoreboard, 7 points for the Rough Riders, not much to speak of on the offensive side, and with such a great rushing attack from the St. Mary's, they got shut down from Wapak's defense, and they're going to have some soul-searching to do after this one.
You know, that first part of the first quarter there, right after Wapak scored their first touchdown, St. Mary's came back and ran 60 yards down the field, capped it off with a minor ding 3-yard run, and I thought, boy, this is going to be a ball game.
I was expecting a battle.
Yep.
Just didn't turn out that way.
Yeah, then our defense bowed a little bit, and then next thing you know, they just started putting it to them.
Yeah, and I think, part of that is that St. Mary's, just like Wapak, has guys playing on both sides of the field. But when you are, getting attacked on the offensive side and you're struggling to keep up with them, and then you got to go right back on the field and they're expecting you to perform, that's a tough thing to ask of those guys playing both ways.
And we talked about them getting on the edge early a little bit. Their St. Mary's tight end did get hurt, and we didn't see him in the second half, and that could have a little bit of effect on it. But defensively, we did a great job.
Yeah, they did a great job adjusting, and especially on preventing them from getting the edge, which was where St. Mary's was really starting to succeed early on in the game. And once they couldn't get the edge, the rest of their offensive game started to fall apart.
After a game like this, it's nice to see right now. I know Mike Reams is the defensive coach for St. Mary's, and he's in charge of their FCA over there, and he does a nice job of getting this situation right here together. Mike's been over at St. Mary's for a long, long time. He played at Waynesfield, played at High Northern. He's just a great guy, and I'm glad to see this right here.
Yeah, what a great show of sportsmanship, even after a rivalry game where the emotions are heated.
Yeah.
You have all these big hits and lots of people talking down on the field, and then they're able to come together like this. That's pretty promising and pretty inspiring, too, that these guys are able to, leave it on the field.
Want to thank our videographers for tonight's contest, Mark Fissel, Jacqueline Miller, Paul Downing, my tag team partner, Mark Law, and our special guest tonight, Brendan Wilson, for tonight's contest. Wapak will move to 5-0, St. Mary's to 2-3, and a big victory tonight here at home for homecoming. Next week, we're on the road to Van Wert, then to Shawnee, and then back home against Kenton and Elida, and then we finish the season at Bath. What a way to go for the Wapakoneta Redskins. Tonight's final score, Wapakoneta 42, St. Mary's 7. Catch all the action every week right here on TSC. I'm Big Dan Wilson. Have a good night, everybody.
Welcome to the Gigahood IQ app, your home's guardian in the digital realm, featuring Protect IQ. Protect IQ sweeps away viruses, malware, and online threats for your entire home, so you can focus on what truly matters: family. Shield your home with cutting-edge technology, ensuring every device is safe. No more digital dangers, just seamless, worry-free connectivity. Experience peace of mind with Protect IQ, included in the Gigahood IQ app. Download the free Gigahood IQ app and secure your home with Protect IQ today.